Good evening, everyone. Welcome to your Wednesday night update. And what a day it's been. Not on the charts specifically, but in Melbourne, we've just had the lockdowns, the very strict lockdowns, lifted as of this morning. And what chaos Melbourne is in at the moment. It's a good thing. It's a very good thing with people running around everywhere. Every shop is filled to the brim. So, not a bad start as long as everyone's staying safe, and I hope you all are staying safe, whoever is watching. So, without further ado, like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, it helps us out a lot. We'll be looking at BTC this evening. So BTC, let's have a look and see what happened. Last night, we were roughly around this sort of region here, after doing our live session. And one of these scenarios that we did suggest would happen was a movement up to our 13,800 level of supply. This area has been quite significant for some time. And the reason for that is it's a long standing level of supply that was, roughly from around the 2018, January 2018 sort of time. So a very long-standing area, and we've had multiple rejections from here already. 1, 2, and of course some, previously to the left that you can have a look at. But this area goes from 13,800 all the way to 14,215. So if you want to have a look on your own chart and compare, you can do that. But moving on with what I'm going to say about BTC. BTC is doing exactly what we think it is going to do. So all along, I know I have been saying, we might get that retrace down to this short-term level of demand. That happened. That did happen, and it happened pretty much to the dollar, as you can see just there on the chart. So a very good result for, that sort of outcome that we were expecting it to give us a little bit of a retrace or a little bit of a drop, towards that level of demand, and then, making a decision on what direction it's going to make after that. We dropped to that level of demand, and we broke back into this, ascending wedge channel. And ascending wedges, like I said, they can break either side. So in this instance, we did break to the upside because there was a very high quality level of supply just sitting above us, and it is drawn on a daily time frame. So this is going to act like a magnet for the price action. And as you can see with some of the price action that we've had on, the 4-hour and the daily time frame, that has come to fruition, say that 10 times fast. But right now, what I'm seeing with BTC is I'm seeing this level at 1,300 be respected quite well. So we've been respected yesterday on the 27th of October, and again, we've been respected today on the 28th of October. This is what I'm looking for. So if I'm trading this personally, I'm looking for this level to be respected. And also I'm looking for levels to form I'm looking for levels to be respected on the way down. So what I mean by that is I'm looking for levels of demand or Fibonacci on the downside, to potentially look for areas that this will retrace to. So the first area, obviously, being our 12,800 area, where we bounced off previously on the 26th of October. That's a good level to really look towards first. It is very short term, and it is very small. So not a great one to really hold liquidity there or hold the price up if we get there with some decent volume. But the key level on the daily time frame that I can see pretty much immediately, there's two key levels. The first one being the major swing level, which is 11.5. That area there, that's a daily demand level. Okay, we know how accurate these daily supply levels are. So just as easily, we need to see what our daily levels of demand are, or what are they going to be. So the first one being around this area here, okay, where we pushed up from that 12,750, 12,800 area. Okay, that's the first level. And then the daily pivot level is going to be, back around that 11.5. I know what you're all going to say, 11.5, it's such a stretch from 13.5, that's a $2,000 drop. However, you have to remember, this is a daily time frame. This is a long-term time frame. This could take the rest of the month to play out. This could take, the rest of the month and half of next month to play out. So, we're really looking a little bit ahead on the macro scale of things to really see where this is going. I've seen a lot of talk, and I'll move it back onto another chart on the monthly to really identify what everyone is seeing here. Okay, so this is the monthly chart on Bitcoin. All right, we've got this very nice bullish engulfing, okay, for the monthly chart or the monthly candle, and we need to be very mindful that there is a significant level of resistance right here where we've been pushed up to right now. We've been rejected on this twice at the moment. We've had a tweezer top area, bar the wicks, obviously. We've had a tweezer top on the candles in 2017, all right, or 2017 come 2018. All right, we had the first rejection. We had a second rejection here on the 1st of June, 2019, so last year, just over a year ago, and now we're at this level again. So it's going to be critical for BTC to not only push past this resistance, but if we circle back and look at this daily level of supply, this is the area that is lining up with. This is the key level. 13,800 is the key level. 13,800 to 14,000 is the key level that BTC needs to break. We are quite oversold at this point. We're quite overbought at this point, where we got steamroller quite heavily in the overbought area with our sell signal, our red dot, being identified a couple of days ago. So that's one thing I'm looking at. This is a very overbought asset class right now. We've got a massive CCI bearish divergence on obviously the CCI indicator, as I just said. We've got a big bearish divergence forming there, and of course RSI is still heavily on the upside at 82.95. Now we all know how RSI works. It's relative strength index. It really puts the exhaustion or the strength of the trend into a moving oscillator for us to really nicely see. And a pullback for BTC is healthy. We can see that RSI come down to even that 50 median area, and it can still be quite healthy. So if we come down all the way to 12.4, 12.250, 12,000, with some of these pullbacks that we anticipate, obviously we're anticipating this, the TA is quite overbought, then if we come back down and the RSI does hold over the 50 line on the daily time frame, then that's quite good. That's quite healthy for BTC. So I'm not saying we're going to go and get moonshots straight away, because the TA is quite overbought now, and it'd be pretty irresponsible of me to do that. So what I'm looking for this level, this daily level of supply to hold, 13,800 to 14,250. That's the level that we need to break with BTC. If we get a surge in volume over the next little bit and we push past this supply, then I will congratulate and applaud BTC and these FOMO retailers that are pushing this price up, because that's a fantastic achievement. We haven't been able to do that on the weekly time frame like I just showed you a moment ago. So what I'm seeing right now, I'm seeing indecision in this level in this daily candle right now. There's 15 hours to go, so there's plenty of time for this to either push through or up to this level of supply, or give us a direction on a movement to the downside. However, I'm not expecting this move to play out straight away. We could sit in this area, in this range here, between 13,250 and 13,800 for quite some time before we make a level or a decision on the market. If there's indecision in the retailers, we've pushed it all this way and we're now overbought, then we can easily sit around this area before we get a direction either to the downside or to the upside. I'm reading the TA and what the TA is saying. We haven't broken this level of resistance on the weekly yet. Okay, so this level at around 13,900, 13,850 on the weekly, as I just showed you before, and it should be still there. So 13,889 or 13,900, just like I said, is the massive resistance on the weekly time frame. That's number one. Number two is we've got a daily supply there, and it goes all the way to 14,250. So that is another thing, and we've been respected on this for the last 2 days. Number three, we are quite overbought, like I've been saying for the past 9.5 minutes. And what I'm looking for is I'm looking for a downwards move to really cool off this indicator, to cool off all the indicators, and give us some relief on into this market, to give it the ability to gain some more momentum to the upside and possibly push through the 14 level. But I'm not saying that right now. All I'm saying is this needs to cool off. We quite easily showed everyone last night during our live session this is retail driven. Professional institutional traders haven't been FOMOing into this like the retailers have, unfortunately. Okay, so is this something that we're going to see pull back? I believe it probably will. It's due for one. We've gone from 10.5 to 13, or pretty much 13.9 within. Let's have a look. Within 22 days, so under a month, we've surged $2,500 on BTC in the value of it. So it has been a fantastic run. It's been quite profitable, I know, for myself and a lot of the guys in the Discord, and hopefully for all of you who have been watching us. But yeah, this does need a pullback, and I'm looking for one to occur. Obviously, plan for both scenarios. Yeah, it's quite a simple thing to do. If you're already in this market, from some time ago, like the way we trade, you'll be looking to average out, and if we do start to pull back, well, you'll be looking to increase your position size for a further move to the upside. However, I'm not doing anything right now. I'm looking for a break of either side of this level of supply. So moving on, that was a long-winded explanation. I do apologize, but I felt I had to say a lot of that. The 4-hour time frame on ETH. So ETH, I've always said, gives us a little bit of a glimpse of what's coming with BTC. Look, at the moment, I don't think that's true. We have seen some downside movements to Ethereum. Look, I am expecting downside movements for BTC, but it hasn't been responding in the exact same way, unfortunately. For Ethereum and people that are holding Ethereum, it has been, drawing to the downside, and we have been making lower highs and lower lows. So a further move towards our 380 demand level is probably the trajectory that it's heading in, and we have had one touch on that level at the moment. This is probably attributed to a lot of the volume that we've seen, in the Ethereum US dollar market. It hasn't been fantastic. It's been quite low for quite some time since that massive drop, over in September, and a little bit earlier. We're looking at the 4-hour time frame here, but since then you can see the difference in volume. So it's not looking fantastic for ETH. If we can get down to this 380 and hold this level, it could be a good sign for this. It would mean that our custom steamroller indicator would be towards that oversold level, and we could be possibly gearing up for maybe a reversal there, but we'll see when we get there. We'll obviously be keeping everyone updated, all you guys on YouTube, all you guys in the Discord and Facebook, updated throughout our daily updates on Ethereum USD. Okay, Forex on the US dollar. So USD, this is a regulated market. This is something that is not financial advice, just ideas and opinions of Team UTG. So I drew in our level of supply that we were looking towards. I think it was last night or Monday night. And we have been moving towards that level, quite confidently, to be honest. The dead giveaway was the very much consumed level of supply there that we drew in some time ago. So that was a given. It was going to smash through that. We did smash through it, on the 27th of October. So that was a dead giveaway in the way of moving to the next one to the upside. And that's what the trajectory of the DXY is really going in. And we're looking towards that 93.40 area of supply for the next movement to the upside. And that might happen, tonight, or even towards the end of the week in this trading market. So that's what I'm looking for with the DXY. If we do get a little bit of a surge to 93.4, it could be a catalyst for some more downage on something like Ethereum USD and even possibly BTC, because we are at that critical level now on BTC on the weekly and on the daily. But any comments, happy to answer questions in the YouTube comments. If you haven't, you'll find the Discord link in the YouTube description as well. As always, like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys tomorrow night for our live session, 7:30 Melbourne time. See you then.